And
Hello.
we're live.
Hope anyone who is currently here is having a good day. I know I am having the time of my life with my cat recovering from teeth extraction yesterday and doing nothing but reading Kodansha publishing works. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, I should trim my wick of my candle before I light it on fire. Hiya!
Wait, what? You're doing what to your candle?
Trim the wicks.
Oh, okay. That is not at all what I heard. I was like, okay.
Trim the wicks. And trim it down the wicks.
I'm getting so close to pay for a subscription to Focus so I can have access to their other backgrounds because there is one that I really wanted to use for this one that has like the vibe plus. And I'm like, fine, I'll just settle for a Japanese one and call it a day.
The vibes.
The vibes have been skewed.
The vibes!
Yay! Jackie says she's finishing Black Sheep and then she's starting Ring.
Holla. Today I listened to Night Shift. That's coming out. Oh my god, when is it? I don't remember the pub date. I think it's sometime this month. Oh, just not Night Shift, Graveyard Shift. I listened to Graveyard Shift today. That was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was like a little novella, like short story kind of situation. It was really good. It's the one that's coming out that has like the font that's like my color hair, and it's got like the cover of this book just like screamed like Kaylee. So it's this book.
And who's
the author is ML Rio. And it's a novella, but it's got like the font says Graveyard Shift and it's like my color hair, but then it has like a mouse. Not a mouse. It's not a mouse. It is absolutely not a mouse. It's a rat on the cover with mushrooms coming out of it. And if that's just not my aesthetic, if that just doesn't scream Sporer or Kaylee, I don't know what does. I was very excited, but I listened to that today while I was playing Astrobot, and it was very good. I enjoyed it.
I cannot wait to dissociate heavily while playing Epic Mickey and not answering any phone calls once it comes to my house because I pre-ordered the physical copy of it because I'm a physical copy person through and through when it comes to things that I play pretty much religiously. I'm
I mean, that's fair.
excited to see it in such depth and with all those new additions because they released the demo and I played it and I was like, I need more. I am clearly salivating and I've only had about an hour's worth of playtime and I want more. And now I'm like a little itchy because I still have to wait 2 more weeks until I can play it. I am so sad. So very, very sad.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Yes. I will say, I am so disheartened that the only version that we could find of this is a physical, unless you know French. That was
started.
Did you see my post?
I did.
So I looked into it because I was like, this is weird.
Yeah, it's very weird.
So I think it's a rights thing. The only place I found a whole bunch of Reddit threads with basically people asking the same thing. And you can buy the Kindle version in the UK on amazon.co.uk. But the rest of the world basically don't have the rights. And they never made an audio version officially.
Why?
There's no like official thing from the publisher as to why that anyone's figured out, other than that it's maybe like an author's thing, like he just doesn't want to. But yeah, turns out it's like a regional thing.
Interesting. Well, if you know French, you can do the Libby French only version. 'Cause that's
I
the
gotta
only thing.
say, it kind of adds to the story almost. Like,
Yeah, I can see it. Like, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, I don't know how many people would know this normally, but as a person who lived in Japan for 2 years, and my favorite anime also have French themes throughout because the artists and the mangakas that made them in the story are obsessed with the concept of Paris and France. Listen to me very closely when I say the concept, okay? Because they like it's a huge thing in Japan to just put French things on everything. French style of pastries, French style of dress and fashion.
It's
You know,
giving Miraculous Ladybug in Capital.
It's funny that you say that because Miraculous was the French's attempt on a magical girl anime, clearly inspired by
It's
Sailor
giving Oran High Host Club. It's giving Maid Cafe.
Yes.
It's
Never eat food in a maid cafe, but yes. It is literally inedible and just for photos. Hi, Claudia. But yeah, it's like a huge thing.
Oh.
And if you're aware of it, it's like in every Japanese thing you consume.
so it's ironic that it's available in French.
Uh-huh.
I'm actually really excited to hear your thoughts when we discuss, because I know you lived in Japan for a while. So I'm curious what you have to say about those elements. So.
Yeah, because I haven't even started it yet.
That is one of the only reasons why I have not mulliganed this option. Why I have not.
You can't mulligan it. It was voted in.
It was voted by 1 point.
Yes.
I will state that. It is. But when a book becomes increasingly difficult and people message us and is like, people are like, hey, what?
Yeah.
That allows for the opportunity for people to be like, would you like to stick with this? Or would you like to change your vote?
Okay. Okay. I thought you were like, I was just going to say, nope, we're not doing this and do something else.
No,
I mean, granted, the thing we'd be changing it to
would have been teleportasm.
Which would have been everybody would have had to do the same thing. Like it's a like physical, like it's a physical or ebook copy, but it's significantly, well, let me rephrase this. You can either get it physical or ebook, but there is an ebook option, right?
Yeah.
There would have been an ebook option for people.
It has increased accessibility over.
It's like half the price would have been like, so I mean, even though you would have had to do it, and it's half the size.
Yeah.
That would have been the.
But also, that's something I want to note with this. The font, look at the font in this. Do you see the font in this? It's huge. It's huge and it's spaced out. So, like, really, is it half or is it more close to?
I've already started it. I'm not super far into it, but I have already started it, and
I'm a couple chapters in.
Yeah, we'll see.
I like it.
That still did not answer my question. Font size.
And I mean, it looks like the normal font of a book.
Not to me.
It is spaced out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the margins are, it looks like it's got smaller margins.
Yeah.
Oh my god, why are the words
so probably
like that?
If it was the same like spacing or different spacing, the book would be shorter.
Yeah, I wish the
Or
like
smaller.
inside margins were a little bit larger because it goes like into the spine of my book. And I don't know if that's unique to my copy, but I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna break the spine of this, and I don't want to do that.
There we go. Did I get it? Yeah.
Now,
You're
I will
better.
say, I do not know how to
Yeah.
pronounce a lot of things in Japanese, especially names. Do not ask me how to pronounce something unless I'm 100% sure that it's probably right. I am not your go-to.
I will tell everybody in advance. I am straight up not looking forward to our discussion because it's gonna be a whole lot of me going. So Tomoko.
I think we're gonna have like a a banner on all the slides of like the names.
I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
I
Disclaimer,
did
we are
look these
doing our
up,
best.
and I am so sorry that I'm still pronouncing them wrong. I'm gonna be like, so
Uh,
the main character's friend,
yeah.
the dead girl, the second dead girl, like
Why are you like this?
well, here's the thing. Even if I remember, first of all, even if I remember the characters' names, everybody, I think everyone, Maggie sure as shit would be impressed. Because that's my fatal flaw anyway. I just names, never heard of them. Maggie is reading Edenville right now, and she'll send me messages. Everybody is aware that I read that book, right? I read that book. Sam is aware that I read that book. Maggie will send me messages out of context, and she's like, "Girl, I don't even think you read this book." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Such and such." I'm like, "Who are you even talking about?" She's like, "From Edenville." And I'm like, "Oh, right, right."
But like some
As
of
a
these,
character, I've never heard of them.
but I will say some of these names have different ways of pronouncing it as well, so don't feel so bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm I'm gonna try really hard.
Like I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Koji Suzuki. Pretty sure. And Tomoko is Tomoko,
Yeah,
probably
it
most
is
likely.
definitely not
Yokohama.
Like
Like
was it
looking
yeah,
for
it is
Nova.
definitely what was it the other day? I was like, "Yeah, it's the Subaru Yokohama book." I was like, "It's the" I was like, I couldn't remember what we were reading.
Oh my goodness.
And I was trying to talk to Mackenzie about it, and I was like, "Mackenzie, it's whatever the author's name, it's the same as, like, the lesbian car." And she's like,
Subaru.
"Subaru?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "That's not even the author's name."
Yeah, it's not. It's Suzuki, but okay.
I was
Okay.
like, "It's close enough." It's like, I couldn't remember anything to save my life. I
No, you
felt
could
so bad.
not. You should have.
I'm just like, we're gonna get there. But it was because I hadn't bought the book yet, and I'm really big on, like, object
Mm,
permanence.
mm.
That's why, like, that's why I'm really glad we're back doing the our, what we did last time for the discussion, how we had
Agenda.
the agenda, yeah, our notes, our, like, little thing.
Cheat
That
sheet.
was really nice. That was really nice having that back because
Ooh. Ooh, here's a name. Kazuyuki Asakawa. 86% sure that that was correct pronunciation.
that's the main character. So
Japanese so
I'm
bad
that
so
because
kidding.
a lot of the time with Japanese, you pronounce like, you pronounce it like you see it.
Yeah.
I do remember that much.
Kira Shinagawa.
and it's like
Kura. Oh.
Because when we used to have to when we used to have to learn songs in Japanese for choir and stuff, a lot of it was like it is a fairly phonetic language. Like
Yeah.
it's not like the romance languages. It is a lot like you pronounce it how you see it. I'm like, oh god, I love a language with consonants.
and I feel like the vowels are the like short version of vowels. Like if you're not sure,
Hmm.
probably go with the shorter version of the vowel, if that makes sense.
I will say it is very easy to pronounce some names as long as they're not, this is gonna sound bad, Suzuki, like how there's an S and a Z so close together. I struggle because I tend to slur my words when I am talking fast by accident.
Mm.
So trying to say Koji Suzuki real fast is very hard for me because it doesn't sound like I'm pronouncing anything, I'm just saying S's.
Well, that's that has to that's the way a lot of our palate is set.
Yeah.
Look at my McDonald's mug.
It's
We
so
can't
blurred.
see it. It's
Oh.
blurred
I know, I'm like, why is it? Let's take the blur off.
because it's an object.
It's dumb. I hate it. Why won't it let me?
I am really intrigued to read this and understand the cover art, I'm gonna be honest. Yes, I know of The Ring, but I mean, I'm pretty sure there were a lot of liberties taken with the adaptation to where I'm like, I still am not entirely sure what I should be getting out of
Well,
it.
so I will say that is one of the reasons why I am this is one of the few books where I'm like, maybe watching a film adaptation of this isn't
Mhm,
a bad idea
mhm,
because so many liberties for the film adaptation were taken,
mhm,
um, that I don't think it would be
Yeah.
a bad idea, whether we went with the American version or we found, uh, Ringu?
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
don't think The Ring, like with Naomi, what's her name, is based on Ring the book.
Isn't
I
it
think
Naomi Watts?
what's her name? Oh yeah, it's Naomi Watts. That's it.
Oh my god.
But that I think
Yeah.
that film was based on Ringu, so it's almost like a step removed from the book.
Yeah.
It's a
And it's also
cousin.
then translated and from like Japanese culture to American. So yeah, it
Yeah,
might
'cause
be interesting to watch that one.
I also know that, like, there were and this is the other reason why I'm like just I personally am like, we'll see, with how I feel about the book, because I know there were character changes made,
Yeah.
and the reasonings and I've already read, like, the author biography, and I'm like, "That is an interesting that's an interesting choice."
Mhm.
Um, that's an interesting choice, and I think it's an interesting choice. So, I'm curious to see I'm just curious to see the changes and why, you know what I mean? Um, so this is one of those rare few ones where I'm like, "We don't do this often. Don't get it twisted." But I think this would be a good one for the text and the,
Mhm.
content that it is, especially because
I think.
it is a, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't wanna say a cultural text because that's not the word I'm looking for, but it's a
Cultural difference with what we have available?
no, there's a word I'm looking for, and it's not diverse, it's not cultural, but it's, um, the different word. The aphasia. Um, it's not American. It's not an American text, and it's just it's a text we haven't done yet. It's a because we've done, indigenous texts, and we watched, like, Wind River, and we've done, um, what we've done, like, Mexican heritage and things like that with, Isabel Cañas. Um, I'm, like, looking at my shelf of things we've read so I don't, like, mess up what we've read in here. Um, yeah, because even the Carmilla comic we read,
Mhm.
that was more, yeah, that was um based more in Chinese lore than this. So yeah, I think it'll be cool. Just exposure to different
And
cultural
The
texts.
Ring is available on Paramount Plus, which I have.
Dope.
And then Ringu is not available. But Ring, the Japanese like remake of it that occurred 3 years after the original, is on Shudder. So we got options.
Okay. Okay.
I also have Shudder. So
We love options.
we have the
Sounds
login.
like I will not be able to stream the movie because I don't have access to those.
Well, I can either give you my login or I'll do it.
Yeah. I mean, my point being, like, oh, I'm insanely broke. And I am not allowed to have multiple streaming services at the moment because of said brokenness. So,
It's okay. Somebody had to pay to get her kitty's teeth extracted.
oh yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. We've all been there. We've all had a cat with health issues.
I mean, luckily, the rest of her diagnostics came back perfectly fine, and they didn't find anything of note to worry about. But they did say, "Hey, this is gonna have to be like a yearly thing where we scrub her teeth for you." And I was like, "Oh, please no, please no."
Well, now you just ask the vet, you're like, what teeth?
Right?
What, you gonna
mean-
go in there and just like massage her gums?
They actually gave me a teeny tiny cat toothbrush to like try and scrub her
Aw.
teeth. I'm
Adorable.
not laughing. I thought the gesture was very kind and very sweet, but I was like, my cat doesn't growl, but she would bite me if I did this, and I
I'd be
don't want to
pissed.
do that to her.
They have
Maybe
this
it would
little
be
like gummy worm thing, hard. It's like not
Oh,
hard
brainy.
plastic, but they're like good for teeth cleaning. It's
Yeah,
what I
brainy.
have for parsley and peep.
I keep trying to find them here, and I
need-
cannot find them.
I need everybody to appreciate my color coordinated tabs for highlighting on this beautiful book. I'm very proud.
They're all blue.
It looks very good. They're not all blue.
Uh-huh.
It looks very good actually with this. I just need everybody to know. Hold on.
Heh, Kalia's tabs.
Are we ready to start reading?
Yes.
Any more first impressions before we start?
We haven't. Oh, first impressions. No. But I think before we end the live today, we should probably announce the winner of the giveaway. We can pull the names in the last section of the sprint. We can pull the
Mhm.
names and run them in a
Okay.
little thingly do.
I mean, I have them listed on my phone, so it's fine. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. Any other impressions about the book before we start?
I was creeped out in the first part.
Is this going to keep me awake at night?
I don't think so.
Okay, because I
think you'll be fine.
I was able to sleep the past 3 nights at night, and I don't.
It wasn't like a lasting thing. It just kind of made me like, ugh.
Okay. So probably no nightmares. Cool.
Have
No,
you
no,
ever
it was-
watched a movie in the 2000s?
Yeah, but I think
Did
the
you
last time.
survive? You'll be fine.
Yeah, but I was like 7. Okay,
You'll be
like I
fine.
don't remember anything.
You'll be
Ugh.
fine.
Youth.
I just remember that I was tired and that it was boring because I wasn't interested in it. So
You'll be fine.
again, I was 7. So I'm gonna start the timer. I'm gonna mute myself because my cat is snoring very, very loudly.
Hello.
Hi. Okay.
Bonjour, no.
I am not at all very far in this.
I
So
love pizza.
what?
Because I said bonjour, no. She said she loves pizza.
Okay.
Like DiGiorno. Like I know she said buongiorno, but I'm like DiGiorno, like the pizza. Like
I thought you were just going for a general Italian connection.
no.
Oh, well, I thought it was funny.
Okay then. I'm gonna increase my brightness on my screen and hopefully it looks so.
The cabbie is like, hey man,
What it is.
weird things happen, right? You know, pretty weird. This happened, huh? That's weird, right? Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. That's weird, huh?
I'm going into
Is
it
any
blind.
is anyone going into the story blind? That's so exciting. I'm so excited.
Like,
I'm
I
so
know
excited.
obviously the movie and I know the general premise, but I've kind of purposefully stayed away from anything. So
Yeah, I know the summary that's been out for like 20 plus years, but that's all I know. And I haven't even read the summary on the back of the book. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm so mad. I remember like my brain just remembers the things that make this weirdly not fun.
Hmm.
Like the things that I'm like I say that make it not fun. Like I remember the plot of the Naomi Watts movie, not the plot. I remember like the opening scene, right? Which is very I don't want to say it's similar to the book, but like there's very clearly like a thing that happened, like there's an inciting incident, okay? And then I remember the what like and I think this is what I'm curious about because I'm like this is a series and I did not know this book was a series. Because there's Ring, Loop, and Spiral.
and he just released like a newish sequel called S.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't
And
know
it's
that.
like, I guess same timeline. It's meant to be 25 years on.
Oh.
But yeah, I didn't know before we started reading this either that it was
Yeah,
a
there's
And
not a lot of information about the series out there. Like, I had no idea that it was apparently originally conceptualized as a trilogy, and then a fourth book was added. Didn't know there's many.
I also didn't know that there was a manga adaptation of this. I'm like, damn it, we could have been reading a manga.
I mean, we could read it alongside.
I'm even angrier about that. I'm like,
Um,
I could have been reading a manga.
I
It's
will say, because I'm still on chapter 1, so I literally know absolutely nothing else. But in chapter 1, it's in Yokohama, which is actually south of Tokyo, and there's like a bay that they're describing as like these condominiums look out over the water. Um, and the character in the first chapter, she's like putting her fan by her feet and it's like blowing on her. And I'm like, it's not even hot. I know precisely that's just humidity and it's being passed off as being hot. Because if you don't know, Japanese summers don't really get above like 92 degrees. On average, they're about 85 consistently throughout the entire summer.
Take me away. Oh, can you put on Kenzie, can you put on the noise? Not that one, it makes me have to pee. And now everybody knows. That noise makes me feel like I have to pee. What's example? Nope, that sounds too much like ghost noises. Okay, bustling cafe. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. I appreciate the ambient noise. Thank you.
Hi. I'm just trying to finish the sentence I was on.
You're good. Oh, good. The DJ is in next door.
Oh no.
Oh, 8:23 on a Saturday night. Sounds like I would be calling the liaison officer.
They don't have one.
Sounds like I'm calling the cops.
Right? The office doesn't do shit. Like I've said, like I want to make a formal noise complaint. Like,
Call the cops. Don't be Janet about it. Call the cops.
I fucking might.
Embrace your Scorpio rising. Embrace it. Do it.
I don't know if she is doing OnlyFans. It's some weird music to be doing that to. I don't know. Either way, it's annoying.
Have you put your
Hi, everyone
phone up
else.
to Shazam it? Like, are you like, what are these bump-tastic beats? You getting your kitty throttled to 9 Inch Nails right now? Like, what are you doing?
I've never wanted to end a live so quickly. You deserve all that choking.
For
It
context,
is important.
everyone.
It is important for everybody to understand, though. Laura and I think that that kind of work is real work. This neighbor, though, is just a piece of work. And so she is very rude.
Yes. She says she's an online DJ and just blasts this music at weird times. You do you. I don't care. I believe like Kaylee said, sex work is
Oh,
real.
the S must be silent.
What?
Disc jockey? The S must be silent. Hey.
Kenzie's gonna kick us out.
It's gonna be like, and the live is over, everyone. Thanks for coming to the reading stream. Hope you enjoyed Ring.
You guys know you're being inappropriate. I'm just waiting for you guys to stop.
I'm not swearing.
All we did was allude to my neighbor doing OnlyFans.
Yeah.
We'll stop.
So what did Jeff do for you? Tell us in 53 seconds or less.
I've had just the worst week, especially yesterday. And so I woke up and he surprised me that he'd bought tickets to go see Green Day in Arlington next week.
Oh,
baby.
It was very
I
sweet.
love
And
him.
I'm very excited. I do too.
When are you guys going?
It's on the 11th.
Nice. Oh, excuse me. Because that's how people push up their glasses, is with their pinkies, as we all read.
I like your wrist at the side almost.
Well, you know, Cam pushes them up like such.
Yeah, but Cam's a douchebag.
You need 5 more minutes, or
My ass was like, anytime he'd mess up in the book, I know his name was Campbell. Like it was Campbell. But you guys know, if anybody has like a real 2-syllable name, I never call them their real 2-syllable name, especially if they're a dude. Like, for example, if somebody's name is Matthew, they will never be Matthew. It's Bartholomew, right? Okay,
You.
it's Bartholomew. That is the name. So anytime
Uh-oh.
anytime Campbell would do something in the book, I was like, Campson, Bartholomew.
Can.
Jeff and I have been watching The Boys, so every time I'm like Campbell, I'm like Huey Campbell.
I
Huey
was like,
Campbell.
Camwell.
And I'm like, don't ruin Jack Quaid for me, Camp.
Oh, I love Jack Quaid.
Bartholomew. Mew.
That's it, man. Oh, I miss Tanner.
Aww. Yeah,
I miss
Tanner
Tanner.
was sweet.
Tanner's our friend who he's like my adopted son, but he looks strikingly and startlingly like Jack Quaid. Like,
Very much so.
oh, it's an O. Matholomew. It's 2 O's. Matholomew. It's like you're gonna go to. I like the 2 A's though. It makes me think of like Mathala. When I die, send me to Mathala. Please don't.
Matt holla you. Matt holla at you.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. That
I
was
would like everyone to meet my new reading buddy.
Is that a pickle?
It's
Aw.
Izzy would lose
Thursday
her damn
Pickle,
mind.
and it says he is my emotional support pickle. I named him Philip.
Excuse me, where did you get that?
At a market, like a pop-up market over at Cinco Ranch.
That is insane, and I love that. I need you
I
to
think I
understand
got the
something
name
right
of
now.
her because she did like there was like an emotional support poop and an emotional support banana and stuff.
These are all things my toddler is incredibly obsessed with right now. She is her thing to do right now is she will tell you, God, it's the God, she's insane. She'll go, "You're so funny." Like a pickle. And I'm like, "What? What does it mean to be funny like a pickle? What makes pickles funny?" And she goes, "You know." No. Tell me. Why are pickles funny? She goes, "They are." What? They're what? Also, I don't know. Okay, first of all, my kid goes to a nerd school. I love her. I'm sending her to a nerd school. I love this. Okay, she goes to an ecologist school because my kid loves the outdoors and she loves like the way they learn, the way they teach is very geared to her. And I love that for her, right? Okay, so my little girl's going to a nerd school. That's important for this story. You know what I caught her telling the rat the other day? I walk in on her and she's like, "I'm gonna kick your ass." And I'm like, "Did you just tell Ouija you're gonna kick her ass? We don't say that." And she goes, and I was like, "That's a bad word. We don't say that word." This is my child who in the car, if the music says a bad word, she goes, "That's a bad word, song." Like the song is gonna change it, like it's not a recording. Okay. And then a little later in the day, I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever. We corrected that. No big deal." I'm like walking through the house, doing chores, da 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 da. And I hear her talking to Weenie, one of our cats, and I love it. Made me think it should be a cartoon cat.
Oh, that was me.
I love that. I love that so much. The mew at the end, yes.
You'd have a mustache and a molecule.
And then at the end, later on in the day, I hear her talking to Delaney. Weenie is what we call her. I hear her talking to Weenie. She's like having a whole long conversation with her. And she goes, "And we could do that, but you can't say shit." And I'm like,
Why? Why does she sound exactly like you? Where is this coming from?
I love her.
Apparently, I don't know, but I'm guessing she's making they must be having some great secret meetings of linguistic conversations up at this school during free play. And I'm like, you guys are 4. And then she'll come at me and she goes, Mom, we can't say we were talking. And she goes, I was like, okay, we can't say that. That's a bad word. And she said, shit's a bad word. And I said, yes, that's a bad word. We don't say that word. And she goes, oh, okay, I won't say shit. And I said, you just said it again. What? I'm like, can you go back to policing Dad and I? Can you go back to that? I'm gonna start a swear jar for you. Like, you're gonna be real sad when you ain't got ducky dollars to use at walk-ons. Like, you're gonna be real sad. So yeah, that was the absolute enjoyment I've had. She's been in this nerd school for 2 weeks, and already my kid is becoming
You got a
a
teenager
degenerate.
early.
Oh God.
I feel like I am compelled to tell you this because of where I went to high school. Yeah, that tracks. Yeah. Hardcore.
My kid. I'm like, are you bored? And then she'll tell me she hates school. And I'm like, you don't hate school. You love school. Which one of your friends hates school?
Right?
Like, tell me. Which one of them is saying that they hate school because you're repeating something that somebody else said? If you hate school, I just won't send you ever again. No. Okay, then you don't hate school. Duh. Like, don't say duh, Mom. That's a bad word. Duh. Does the bad word. What were you trying to heist with the cat?
Too.
Huh? What were you trying to heist with the cat that you can do that, but you can't say shit? Like, what? And why were you telling sweet Luigi that you were going to kick her ass? Like, what?
I want to know what she was going to tell Weenie.
I'm surprised you weren't nosy enough to just like wait a second and figure out what it was before you busted her butt.
Well, and then she does this thing now. She'll do this thing where she goes, can I have a piece of bread? No. Can I have a piece of bread? No. Ooh, where's the bread? No bread here. Ooh, I have bread. No bread. Because she has her play kitchen. And I guess this is a thing they do in school, like when they're playing. She's like, ooh, if you ask me again for bread, I will kick your ass. And I'm like, what? No. Why are you guys so casual? And I always, like, this is the thing. I always said, I was like, look, if my kid can use it in a sentence and knows what it means and what it is, I will never be upset. And I'm not. Like, I'm just shocked. I am shooketh. I'm like, because here's the thing. To know the word and to be able to say the word, you also have to have discretion. And guess what, little homie? You are 4 years old. We're still working on that.
Why does this sound like things you have personally actually explained to me in my real life? Much older than 4.
Bruh. It's hard out here. I'm just saying, if you got friends with toddlers, if you got friends with kids in lower grade schools, even if you got friends with kids in upper grade schools, just send them a text. Just check on them. Be like, hey, man, has your kid started school yet? Yeah, be like, has your kid started school yet? Are y'all doing okay? You hanging in there? You okay? Just send them like a wellness check. Be like, you good? Because we're not. Like, the last 2 weeks has been throwing like hands, elbows, curbs, and been like, you want lunch? We don't. We're full. Leave us our teeth.
I'm gonna talk so much shit about you with a 4-year-old, and she's gonna have a bigger vocabulary than I will. That's what this sounds like.
She's straight straight up, she was bringing out words. She was bringing up like ornithology, and I was like,
Proud of her.
"Did you say the fancy word for birds?"
Yeah, she did.
I was like, "Did you bring up the fancy study of birds?" She said, "Yep," and I said, "All right, get down with your nerd self. I love that for you."
I like how she can barely say spaghetti, but she can say ornithology.
She could say ornithology, but homegirl says the ipsy ipsy spider.
Aw.
The ipsy bit. She says it's the ipsy nipsy spider, which I think is really funny. And then she'll tell you, "Did you know our rat died?"
I hope she says it while like holding Ouija. So people are like,
Oh yeah, she does.
Yeah, she'll be holding Ouija just telling
"Essence of
people.
life."
Yeah, she'll be holding Ouija just telling people that like Nibsy died, my dad's rat that we were taking care of that I was rat hospice for. She'll just straight up be like, "Did you know our rat died? Stop telling people these things." And Dabby died. Stop it. Stop.
The amount of times that she has personally
I
told
needed
me that
that.
he died in the most like delightful fashion over the phone. I'm like,
I also haven't had a chance to bury the rat yet, so the rat is still in our freezer. It's don't worry, it's like bagged up, and it's like, don't worry, it's fine. It's like double bagged, and it's like hidden, but she sees it every so often, and she's like, "Isn't she'll go, she'll go. God, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to say this with a straight face. She'll go, "Is Nipsey getting better?" Girl,
This whole
is-
section has been a like stand-up routine. Like, go to an open mic night. You'll bring the house down.
y'all see her creep in here, and she's so cute, and you guys are like, "Oh, no, that thing is feral." Feral. Okay, we're gonna go back to the reading sprint now, but just so
Okay, but
you
here's
all
the
are
thing.
aware.
She says all this stuff, makes eye contact with you at first, and then as soon as she knows that she shouldn't be saying it, all eye contact gone. Rolling the eyes while she's saying Nibsy is dead.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Kenzie. Hi, Kenzie. Hi, Kenzie. Did you know that Nipsey died?
Yep. Yep.
It's just like that, and it's excellent. You know what I caught her telling the rat? Oh, she will, man. She loves that rat too. I'm like, "Why are you talking trash to your friend? Are you playing? That's not how we play. That's mean. People won't play with you if you're mean." She's such a jerk. I love her. She's feral. Okay, we're gonna read now.
I want to know who's teaching her all this stuff.
These children, these other nerdy feral children, these COVID kids are built different, y'all.
Are you sure? Because I was in elementary school in the Texas education system, and
I'm
it's
telling you,
of course.
Mackenzie, these COVID kids are different. Different.
Because like no one
they
taught me
unique.
that in Tennessee, and then in Texas, it was just like feral, nothing but feral.
No, these kids are different because they have like all of the emotional intelligence and like they're so they are so strange. I don't even know how to describe it. Like, they are very unique children.
I don't know. I see child that's not my niece, and it feels like a spirit is talking to me. It's not even like a real person. It feels like some tiny ghost.
They're just different, and they're like weirdly socialized. It's odd, man, and it's a lot of FAFO parenting that's come back out
What?
for a lot of parents. We're like, look, they've been in my house since 2020, okay? I know that child better than I know myself because that child is myself faster than I took 30 years to figure it out, okay? So that child's 4 going on 34, and I'm sorry, it's your problem now. It's outgrown me. Teach it to read. Also, it really likes Bluey. Enjoy. She's an odd one. Also, she's mad that the rat won't learn its ABCs. So, we've got that going for us. I'm just letting you all know. It's reading time. Also, I'm just gonna say it real quick. Man, I hate this dude's boss, like his editor. I hate him.
Hello.
Hello.
I think I'm gonna have to end this soon because I am incredibly tired.
That is totally fair.
And I have to wake up early and give Miss Thing her meds.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
I will say it gives Death Note vibes.
I can see that.
Picturing in my head that and how tall the buildings in Tokyo are and how all encompassing and suffocating they feel. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, there's Houston, yeah, but Tokyo is, like, quite frankly, the biggest city, population and building wise, I've ever seen. And it feels just ultimately suffocating. And the buildings are several stories tall, and I'm just part of me is picturing the local area because they were even talking about Tokyo Tower, and Alan and I went to Tokyo Tower at night as well, and that's all I can think about. And I'm like, I feel like I need to take a shower because it was humid. It was like 60 degrees when we went, and B, just the sheer amount of like looming sensation that's washing me every time. I'm like, oh yeah, I know where that is. And I'm like, oh, I know what that looks like, and I know how I felt when I was there. And it's a feeling that I can't quite properly explain.
Yeah.
I love
I
it, but the sheer amount was overwhelming.
yeah. I can respect that. Oh my god, what was I doing?
I don't know. Tabbing?
Oh, you said the word humid, and I have a tab specifically. I have a tab color specifically for in the book when they mention humidity.
Oh my god. Good luck with that. Let me know how many times that gets mentioned. Sincerely, I want to know. As someone who had to throw out a few pieces of clothing and bedding because the humidity was just so bad, and the air conditioner wouldn't properly filter the air, which made it worse, which also made my clothes cold and wet.
Beep.
Yeah, not a fun time.
What page are you on, Ken's?
I just got to chapter 4.
Okay. Well, that didn't answer my question. What page are you on?
We have the same book. You can just look, 25?
Okay.
25.
Okay. Laura, what page are you on?
I am on 40.
Okay, we're all fairly close to each other. Okay, so you're on 40, you're on 25. I am on 30. 30.
Claudia wins. She's on page 70.
Bitch. Wow, Claudia.
Kaylee, look at these.
Oh, that's
Oh my
cute.
god.
It's
Chauncey.
Chauncey. They're like officially licensed. It's like little post-its and stickers.
Where did you get those?
Barnes and Noble.
I love
They had
those. Oh my
another
god.
set too, but I really
Chauncey's
like.
the best boy.
I know. I'm listening to House in the Cerulean Sea. Because Somewhere Beyond the Sea comes out this week.
Oh, it's this week? Dang.
Well, next week.
I guess so. Because yeah, I guess it is time already. Dang. I didn't realize.
I love how fast September is going. That means I can see my husband soon.
I absolutely love that for you. I am panicking. I know September's going really fast because I'm panicking like nobody's business. Um, because I have so many commissions I have to get done this month.
Fair.
I have already read 5 books.
It's the 7th day of September.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Does manga count? Does omnibus manga count?
Yeah, I mean, graphic novels, manga, yeah, sure. They're real books. Yeah, sure,
Because
count them.
I actually clocked how long it took to read like the longest Sailor Moon novel that I have. It takes about 3 hours.
I should probably clarify though. It's because like I'm waking up at like 4, like okay. So I read before I go to sleep. So okay, I have my
Mhm.
audiobooks, right? Which I listen to during the day, and
Mhm.
then I have whatever physical book I'm reading, right?
Mhm.
And then I have my Kindle books that I read at night. I
Mhm.
actually said to my husband the other day, I said, I'm just not my best self when I don't have a nighttime book. Like when I don't have a Kindle book to read in the evening. I said this to Jean. I was like, I'm just not my best self. He was like, "You're insane." Because there was like one day I didn't know I didn't have a book to read.
Mhm.
And I like woke up at like 3 in the morning and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I was like, well, fuck me. I just don't know what to read. I'm just gonna have to figure it out. And I think that's the day I woke up and started teleportasm. Um,
Mhm.
before I realized because I started A Haunting Melody,
Mhm.
Chloe Spencer's new book that comes out in October. It comes out in October 1st, I believe.
Mhm.
Is that a Tuesday?
I don't know.
Sure is. October 1st is a Tuesday. Um, I started that, but I realized it was a PDF version. And so the font is really small on
Mhm.
my Kindle. And I'm like, I'm so blind. I can't read this. So I was like, well, just kidding. So I went to something else
Mhm.
and it didn't fit my mood reader problems, right? So I just was like, you know what? F it. I'm like, spooky cinema September. I got up and I went into the living room and I started reading Teleportasm. I'm almost
Mhm.
done with Teleportasm. I'm like, I think I'll finish that probably tonight. Um, yeah, I think I'll finish Teleportasm tonight. It's pretty good. It it is it is fun. Also, fun fact, Laura, the world is so small. Um, the author who did Teleportasm is doing the book adaptation of Billy Pond's Circus of the Dead.
Uh,
I was like, small world.
That's cool.
That's what I said. I was like, oh shit, okay. Love how small the world is. Um, that's what I found out this week. I was like, oh, dope. Um, but yeah, so I have that. But
Mhm.
then I read Rest Stop this week. I read um another one of Nat Cassidy's chapbooks. Uh, the art of get the art of getting what you want. I think I read that one. I can't remember exactly what the title is, but it's the second, not the first, from Shortwave of his chapbooks. I read that. Um,
That's Mount Fuji, if anyone wants to know. And
I
he's a non-standard
actually
Munchkin kid.
love that. I actually read, like, I actually sat down and read Sadie Hartman's 101 horror books to read
Mm.
before you're murdered. I actually like sat down and read that.
Mhm.
Um, and like the little asides and stuff in it. So I read that. Um,
I read Lady
Greater
Macbeth.
Nice. Did you like it? Nice.
And the Waterstones copy I have is gorgeous.
Yes. I love
Sorry,
that for
go on.
you. No. I love that for you. I was hoping you would like it. I was hoping you would like that book. I read Graveyard Shift Graveyard Shift today, because that was only what I listened to it at 1.5 speed, and it was like a 3-hour audiobook. So it only took me like 2 and something hours. So I did that today. It's been a September. Yeah, it's wild to think that it's only 7 days into September and I've already read. Yeah, I was looking at Storygraph and I was like, how many books did I already finish? What? Stop it.
Ooh, ow. I turned my head and my head hurt. Ow. Of course, he majored in French. I'm just reading about the author in the back of the book.
He was, I think the other thing too that I think is interesting and why I'm like,
As a self-described jock, he holds a first-class yachting license and crossed the U.S. from U.S. to Los Angeles on his motorcycle. Who are you?
and then he's also like a master husband. He's like he's like great at child rearing. I'm like, what? I'm like, why did they change your main character to a woman?
House husband, I love him.
Yeah, he's a house husband. Like a professional house husband.
Aww.
Yeah, his bio's like legit too. I was like, whoa, bro. Love that for you.
It's so endearingly wholesome.
Well, that's why I was like, when I was reading the bio, I was like, did they change this for like Western comfort? Or like after I read the bio, I was like, I don't care if I like or dislike this book. I feel like I am going to have to I have a feeling I know where my tap out point would be, and it's going to be well past my DNF point, and so it's going to be the spite finish.
Mhm.
I have a feeling. Just knowing what I know. Knowing what I know of the book, I have a feeling where I would end up having to tap out would be too far for me. Like, you guys know me. I'd be like, I've come this far. I've come this far.
Yeah, I'm only nervous because it's Japanese horror.
Yeah.
And I'm a scaredy cat. I'm afraid of everything, and Japanese horror is a certain brand of horror that I
It's
am not.
different.
It is inherently scarier, I feel. Probably
Uh-huh.
because it's different and scary, so it's extra scary.
Mhm. And so when I sent you guys in our group chat on Instagram, like the collaboration with what Ito
Junji Ito.
with Hello Kitty of all things, I'm like, yeah, this is par for the course for Japan, but I'm also like, I would never own that. It feels haunted.
It feels so like hi puffy Ami Yumi
Yes.
to the core. I was like,
Yes.
yep, that is millennial. That's when people say millennial pink, I'm like, that's it.
Yep.
It's it is not rose gold. It is whatever horror I can put on the outside, or like whatever, like cute, and then like dark, like
the
or
color of the pink razor.
yeah, like give me this thing that's gonna I can shake somebody with, but make it like a bubblegum color. Like
It's
can it
giving
match my Barbies?
it's giving early 2000s Japanese goth.
Yes.
Millennials
Absolutely.
are the
Peace
reason
and
you can get pepper spray in pink canisters.
right?
Yeah, like, I just love, like Hi Poppy Yumi was just, like,
Peak.
peak. So peak.
Sorry.
Also, my favorite thing though is when reading this, they mentioned how the 19-year-old bike rider who died um, was a prep school kid. My brain instantly went back to like volume 1 of Sailor Moon when they were doing the Monster of the Week is controlling a prep school. I'm like,
Love that for you.
you know, the timeline aligns. It's the 1990. You could tell me that they know the entire cast of Sailor Moon, and I would not bat an eye. It's literally Sailor Moon was like written in 1991.
Oh
So
my
That's your
god. Sailor
Oh,
Moon in the Ring is canon.
right, the
Why
fact
didn't
that
they
you're
just
like
call it the
saying
Sailor
that,
Scout?
that's what the word I was looking for.
it's hilarious to me because like I always forget this until I read Sailor Moon every once in a while. It's dark.
We
It
could have just
is
called the
dark.
Sailor we could have just called the Sailor Scouts and put an end to
Yep,
this entire book.
yep,
He's
we could
over
have.
here. He's over here, like, doing research. He's over here. I hate his editor. I hate his boss so freaking much. And he screams sus to me
Mhm.
so bad. So bad. Like the other okay, if we didn't watch I straight up, this is me being like this is my like journalist hoe self coming out. I'm like, if we didn't watch that, I'd be like, we're watching Spotlight.
That's
We're
what they
watching
had.
Cotton Weary. We're watching Cotton Weary and Spotlight.
Ugh. Are you ready to be depressed for a week afterwards?
No, I'm not allowed to be depressed again until like next Thursday. No, no.
You
Then
want
don't
to find
watch
out about the
Spotlight.
Catholic Church?
What?
The
What?
worst part of that movie too is when they just have the screen of all of the
Oh, at the
churches
end?
that have been accused or had priests accused of child abuse, and it just goes on and on and on and on. Like, I think I was sobbing by the end. Like, then that wasn't even the movie. That was just a little
The end credits.
aside at the end. Like, you watch this devastating but interesting movie. Now
About
here's
like
some
it's like
reality for
journalistic
you.
integrity and reporting. And yeah.
And Mark Ruffalo.
And oh, that's right. It's Scarlett Johansson, Mark Ruffalo, and what's his face who plays Cotton Weary in Scream.
Liev Schreiber.
Yeah, Liev Schreiber. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, you want to
It's a
know
good
a new
movie.
fact?
What?
What about Liev?
Uh, uh, I'm trying not to stop laughing now.
I'm like the guy who banged Sydney's mom.
Oh my goodness.
The
Um,
second Sabretooth.
Right. So, my favorite fact to tell people about my Tokyo trip, and it's so funny. It makes
The
the
condom
most
store?
sense, but it's also like, what do you mean? So when we went to Tokyo Tower, and we could only go to the first observation decks. There's like 2 of them. But it was horribly foggy the day we went, so we could only see anything from the first. You
Why
could not
is
see
nobody
any,
out there catching these Ghastlies? I just don't
right?
understand.
Right? I did open Pokemon Go when I was at the Tokyo Tower, and the only thing popping up was Jigglypuff, by the way. So that was fun.
Lame.
That was fun. But no, like my favorite thing to tell people, other than they have like the baseball that got hit onto Tokyo Tower when it was being constructed, which they have a whole plaque dedicated to, which is really cool, is the fact that we have a shrine. We have a shrine on the inside. I'm like trying not to freak out.
Aw.
Yeah, they have a shrine on the inside, and it's
Cool.
so cool. And it's like the great Shinto shrine at the tower, the great shrine of I having a hard time with my S's. The Great Shrine of Tokyo Tower was erected on July 11th, 77, to commemorate the 20th anniversary of the establishment of Tokyo Tower's owners, Nippon Denpado, found on May 8th, 57. The aim of the shrine is to pray for the company's prosperity and the safety of visitors to Tokyo Tower. The shrine was renovated on the 23rd of December in 2008 as a symbol of gratitude for Tokyo Tower's 50th anniversary, and a full renewal of the shrine was performed alongside renovations to the observatory in July 2019. So yeah, I think it's really cool. They have a whole teeny tiny shrine in Tokyo Tower, and
You know what it reminds me of?
it's so cool.
You know what it reminds me of, kind of, sort of?
Hmm.
Speaking of teeny tiny shrines,
Mm-hmm.
it reminds me of that high school that had the teeny tiny hole in the wall shrine to Danny DeVito.
Oh my goodness. And my other favorite thing that I like to tell people, and this is significant to the book actually, because where Kimura was driving,
Uh-huh.
he was if I am correct with the map, I could be wrong. But he was driving on like this highway right here by Tokyo Tower to
Oh.
past Roppongi. And the reason why I know this,
Kenzie's gonna make us a slideshow.
yeah, it'll be a Crypt night. It'll be great. We'll just all of my photos from Tokyo. You'll get to see the Sailor Moon STD campaign photo too. That's fun. I always like talking about that one. But no,
I'm sorry. Can you tell the Crypt whether you do or do not like Sailor Moon?
I do. I do.
We
Like,
weren't
what are
sure.
you talking about?
We weren't sure.
But no, like the reason why this one sticks out to me so much for this photo and like that highway specifically is because they have a mascot for the Tokyo Tower. I could not tell you the mascot's name. Look it up yourself. But the mascot came over to us, and in broken English, of course, they were like patting the window and trying to show us the road actually mimics the tower. There's like the side of the bottom of the tower and like the top and how it looks like a triangle. It's the tower.
Oh.
Yeah, and I got curious of where Hikawa Shrine for Sailor Moon was earlier today because you can actually visit Hikawa Shrine, and it's not too far away from Tokyo Tower. And I was like, where are you on a map? And I noticed Roppongi and that road that they were talking about in the ring. And I was like, wait, I know where this is. I walked around there and wanted to like ditch my husband and go on a subway because my legs hurt so bad. We had been walking all day. But like in this photo, you can that's the mascot for Tokyo Tower, one of them.
It looks like a butt plug.
He actually looks like a pink star, kind of. That's just the top of his head.
Oh.
Yeah, I cannot find any other video. Not ha 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 ha. I did take a photo of him.
Oh, okay. That's
I
definitely
think John
not a butt
Oliver's talked about that before.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's
He
definitely
loves
not a butt
mascots.
plug.
But no, it was horribly foggy. Like you can't even see the top of the tower.
They were like, "Oh, Paris has one. We want one too."
Pretty much. Don't
Excellent.
quote me on that. Don't quote me on that.
Like
But
how
like,
New York has the Arc de Triomphe, basically.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And what I was talking about is they literally had a whole STD campaign and condoms made with Sailor Moon.
I want Sailor Moon condoms.
That's
So
insane.
if you don't know, there's this whole shop that my husband dragged me to because my husband's my husband. And it was directly behind the Sailor Moon Cafe. It specialized in sexual memorabilia and different like artistry condoms. I didn't know that existed.
Can I get a Sailor Scout dildo? That'd be dope.
No. it was purely just for protection. This entire store was solely dedicated to rubbers and the many
Protect,
kinds.
because they're protectors of the universe.
No, 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 no. I don't I wanna show you this, but I feel like it'll get flagged, so I'm only talking about it. But I'm being very literal here. This entire store was dedicated to rubbers, and they even had them, like, spread out and like, you could see the ones that had literal art on them or inside them. They, like, print art. I wasn't gonna take up close photos and be a weirdo, but, yeah, it's a whole
I
interesting
didn't
little
know that.
fascination. Yeah. Yeah.
Why would I stick my dick in that?
You want to know what we called them in Scotland? Johnnies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So God help you if your name was Johnny.
I mean, we have Johnson and Richard here that are also used as euphemisms.
Well, not as a euphemism for the thing that goes in it. Like that's what we called, like they're called a rubber here,
Mm.
which is very confusing when you're British and know what this is a rubber.
An eraser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But
an
no, like,
eraser.
that shop is directly
Because it
behind.
erases what you did.
But I
It
thought it was
also
really
rubs out what you did.
Yep.
No,
rubber.
that's a different task.
But no, I thought it was really nice that
First
this
of all, you perverted the language.
the photo that I wanted to show you, I couldn't show because it's inappropriate in a way, even though it's just the sign for the store. Because
Is it the condom sign? Is it
yes, this
excellent?
if you're curious, you can look it up on Google. But it's called Condomania.
Put it in the Discord. Put it in the Discord. Put it in the Discord.
Yeah.
People are
They
gonna be like, "Why is this here?" Could
right.
have been on the live.
No context, just
They actually
post
have
it.
the updated
Yes.
pride flag for like intersex, with the condom holding it. Very pro any kind, just be safe, and prevent STDs. And
Excellent.
so it's like the weirdest thing my husband dragged me to, but it's like my favorite thing to talk about because they're
Alan
so positive.
absolutely would. I love this for him.
We even saw the Mario Kart riders in Tokyo.
Me trying so hard to be like, I thought you said they just carried rubbers. So confused.
Why are you like this? Why?
My brain did not make the logic jump that was necessary.
Also, this is what a subway platform looks like in Tokyo.
Ah, that looks so nice to jump off of.
And I don't think I have any,
But where are the rats?
there are none.
Yeah,
I
because
like
they're
the New York
clean.
subway rats. It's what gives it character.
This is the inside of a subway.
That's because the New York rats are characters. They're
They are.
I swear to God, the most excited I was during that whole trip was when I saw a subway rat. Like,
that is. I'm gonna tell you right now, Laura does not talk about her New York trip at all unless it is about that damn rat, and I love that for her.
occasionally I mention seeing Hamilton, and I do talk about Sleep No More, but the most common thing I talk about, yes, is the rat.
Okay,
I wrote,
okay. So
I wrote poetry about the rat.
I slightly
You did write
misremembered the
poetry
baseball
about the
story.
rat.
Slightly. In August 2012, the large-scale construction work replacing the antenna post on the top of the tower was carried out for the first time since its construction in 58, and this rubber baseball was then found from the inside of the antenna post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how Kenzie was like, this is gonna be it. We're gonna end the live. I'm gonna read all these facts about Tokyo.
But no, they have it in like a little plaque and everything, and it's displayed.
I love that. That's so cool.
It's so cute. So like when they're opening up and she's talking about her parents at a baseball game, the only thing going off in my head is the stupid baseball that's No one knows how it got there. No one.
I
Bless you. Are you okay? Why are you broken?
I don't know. I broke.
I went to like the tallest Disney store that like doesn't look like where a Disney store should be.
I'm not saying that jumping in a Disney store plush pile would fix me, but I'm not saying it wouldn't, okay?
Do you know how devastated I was when I found out it wasn't actually just a huge pile of stuffed animals?
For what?
It's like a almost like
No, don't, no, no,
I take it back.
no.
It's a giant pile of stuffed animals.
Thank you.
Do I want to know?
Yes, it is. It will always be a giant pile of stuffed animals. Don't.
Okay.
I have 2 rules. Don't ever tell me that, and don't ever tell me what's in my food. Don't tell me the ingredients of what's in my food. If I say, this is delicious, don't ever tell me what's in it. Don't. Same goes for the plush pile. Okay? Okay.
I don't know what's going on anymore because you guys won't tell me and I kind of don't want to know.
Laura was trying to give me the blue pill.
Okay, assume that The Matrix really screwed up my psyche and I blocked the entire film out of my head because it really bothered me. Which one is the blue pill again?
I don't know. I probably said the wrong pill anyways. So Laura's trying to matrix me right now. Somebody tell us. Somebody look up the meme. This one tells you what the real plush pile is. This one lets you keep believing the lie. I'll believe the lie, thanks.
I think the lie is the blue pill. I think the red pill is like reality and, you know, the cosmic horror that you're a person in a pod.
Red pill is the truth. I don't want the red pill. No. The truth is, it's a pile of plush. She was trying to blue pill me.
Red pill's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when he's saying it, he lists off like you take the blue pill, you'll wake up in your bed tomorrow, and goes, you take the red pill, and you see how far Wonderland goes. That's right.
Yeah. And you know, Laura was trying to
I
spread
was trying to
lies.
give you the red pill, but you chose the blue.
No, you were trying to give me the blue pill. The lies. I'm
the red
awake.
pill's the truth.
I'm awake. I know that's a pile of plush. That is just a pile of plush. They've been lying to you.
What is this in reference to?
The Disney plush pile.
The denial runs deep. It runs 2 layers deep.
Do you remember pictures of the Disney store?
Oh yeah. From like the monitor by the giant like DVD monitor, and then like
it would be like the coming soon, and then there would be like the plush piles. What?
And it's just filled with Disney plushes.
Yeah,
like Mickey, Minnie, and all of them. I remember, but like this was so far out of left field. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I'm not saying that one of those could fix me, but it wouldn't hurt. And then Laura tried to tell me that that may or may not be full of plushes, and I said she could shut her goddamn dirty whore mouth.
Oh yeah, there was wood directly underneath. You would have just gone splat.
Been a great live, everyone.
That's one way to end this.
I think that's a beautiful moment to end on.
Yep, she's gonna text me and she's gonna be so mad. It's gonna be my
We did this
whole
whole
day.
song and dance about red pill, blue pill, all this, and you're like, oh yeah, there was wood underneath.
Sorry.
Beautiful.
It's fine. She's ruined other things for me. It's okay.
So
Like the
about it.
entire time you were talking about your neighbor today, I was like, oh my god, if I have to edit this, I'm gonna be so
I didn't say anything bad.
yeah, I like to try and keep it on the good side of comfortable. Oh, you're
Back.
back. Are you good? In fairness, I am not entirely sure if there was. You okay? You okay? Okay. Sorry. 'Cause I was too little to know. I was too
You
little to
liar. Don't try to backtrack now.
I'm sorry. You're as broken as I looked when the nice Japanese man who gave us our cat was like, he has long leg. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Your cat that only meows in kanji because you don't speak the same language, and that's why he's distressed and upset.
He learned English against his will. He did. He now tolerates me. It took this cat 19 days of my husband being gone.
He meows and his mouth still moves.
Oh, hi, baby.
Have you guys?
I see
Baby?
you.
Aw.
So cute.
It's getting late.
Oh, it's getting late.
We're ending this.
So you guys going to still work. Mama, you guys still work.
Oh, I gotta still work.
Make sure you're doing working and
Oh.
you can set the timer.
Make sure I'm done working and set a timer. Oh, okay.
I'm going to make this real easy on everyone. Bye.
I think you.